A baseline score sitting in the JSON doesn't stop anyone from merging broken code. In 2026 production RAG systems, a single prompt twin can drop faithfulness from 0.82 to 0.64 overnight. Today we built the regression date, a continuous integration checkpoint that reads the baseline we generated in episode 7, compares it against the configurable minimums in the thresholds file, and exits with code 1 when the metric falls below its floor. By the end of this episode, our pipeline will block merges that regress quality, and we will prove that gate works by forcing the deliberate failure. A baseline without a gate is just documentation. Today we enforce it. We start by running the regression gate against the committed episode 7 baseline. The command is uv run python -m eval.regression. The script loads eval baseline.json, compares the 4 regresses metrics against the minimums defined in the eval thresholds.yaml, and prints a table showing each score and its threshold. Faithfulness is 0.82, which meets the 0.80 floor. Answer relevancy is a 0.58, above the 0.50 minimum. Context precision and context recall both clear their 0.70 and 0.80 gates. Context precision and context recall both clear the 0.70 and 0.80 gates. The final line prints pass all metrics above threshold, and the script exists error, which tells continuous integration that the merge is safe. Now we prove the gate actually blocks bad code. We override the faithfulness floor by setting the environment variable regression mean faithfulness to 0.99 and rerun the same command. The gate detects that our baseline faithfulness of 0.82 is below the new minimum of 0.99. The table prints a red fail marker next to faithfulness, and the script fires fail metric regression detected. To standard error with the exact branch line faithfulness 0.8200 less than 0.99. The script exits one, which would halt the GitHub Actions workflow and block the pull request from merging. Finally, we run the unit test suite with uv run py tests, and all the tests pass green. The gate is live, and our continuous integration pipeline will now block any merge that regresses quality below the acceptable baseline. So we start with the thresholds.yaml. This file defines the minimum acceptable scores for the 4 regresses metrics: faithfulness 0.08, answer relevancy 0.50, context precision 0.70, and context recall 0.80. These thresholds are highly specific to your golden dataset and business requirements. If you swap the golden dataset or change the product use case, you must retune these floors. Answer relevancy is set to 0.50 because our episode 7 golden dataset includes no info cases where the language model correctly refuses to answer because the knowledge base doesn't contain the requested information. Standard relevancy scoring penalizes these refusals even though the refusal is the correct behavior. We tuned the threshold to 0.50 to account for this dataset mix. If your golden set doesn't include negative cases, you would raise this floor to 0.70 higher. This file also includes a Boolean business through citation required true. This enforces that the language model must successfully link to a source document in its response. This is a functional requirement that sits alongside the probabilistic regresses scores. Now we move to the eval regressions.py. The load baseline function reads baseline JSON, which was generated by regression.py in episode 7. It validates that the metric dictionary exists in the JSON. If the file is missing or malformed, the function raises a file not founded error or value error, which causes the script to exit one and fail the CI job. The load threshold function parses the threshold.yaml using the py.yaml library. It performs the same validation. If the file is missing or YAML is not a dictionary, the function raises the exception and the gate fails hard. The effective threshold function merges the YAML thresholds with environment variables overrides. For each Ragus matrix, the function checks if an environment variable like regression mean faithfulness is set. If it is, the override value replaces the YAML default. If not, the YAML value is used. The pattern is critical for testing experimental branches or forcing deliberate failures without committing changes to the threshold file. When we run the demo with the regression mean faithfulness equal to 0.99, for example, this function applied the override and the gate correctly failed. The compare matrix function iterates over the threshold case and checks two conditions for each metric. First, if the metric missing from the baseline is JSON. If so, the function appends a failure line that says missing in baseline with the required minimum. This explicit check prevents silent passes when the evaluation runner completely failed to generate a score. Second, is the metric value below the threshold? So, the function appends a failure line with the actual score and the minimum, formatted as the faithfulness 0.723 for less than 0.80. The function returns a list of these failure lines, and an empty list means all metrics passed. The main function is the command line interface. It accepts optional baseline and thresholds arguments to override the default path. The function calls run regression, which orchestrates the load and compare steps. After the comparison, main prints a table showing each metric's actual scores, its minimum and OK or fail status. If all metrics passed, the script prints passed all metrics above threshold. If any metrics failed, the script prints fail, metric regression detected. To standard error, lists the exact breach lines and exit ones. The exit code is what continuous integration pipelines rely on to determine the job success. A 0 means the merge is safe, and 1 means the workflow holds and the pull request is blocked. Why does the regression script not rerun the language model as a judge evaluation itself? Because that evaluation is expensive and slow. The regression gate only compares pre-computed scores against the thresholds, which takes milliseconds. This separation lets you run the expensive evaluation nightly or on release candidates and run the cheap gate check on every single commit. The evaluation runner generates the baseline. The regression gate enforces it. For continuous integration, we add a new job that is GitHub workflows ci.yaml called the eval regression. The job runs after the evaluation job and depends on the eval baseline.json artifact. The job executes if run python -m eval.regression. If the script exits 1, the workflow fails and the pull request cannot merge until the regression is fixed. This is the enforcement mechanism that turns the baseline from the quality scorecard into the quality guarantee. Traditional unit tests check for exact outputs. If you call a function with the specific input, you expect a specific string or number back every time. Language model regression tests check statistical quality score over the dataset. A pass is based on aggregate performance across many examples, not a single perfect string match. The regression gate itself is deterministic in its decision logic, but it operates on probabilistic scores. In 2026, managed platforms like TipEval or LangFuse and Confident AI offer hosted continuous integration regression gating with dashboard for tracking metric degradation over time. We built a custom script for maximum control and zero vendor lock-in, but enterprise teams often prefer to manage root for faster setup and build-in monitoring. Industry practice in 2026 is to run a small smoke test dataset on standard commits, reserving the full golden dataset evaluation for release candidates or nightly builds. The regression gate can run on every commit because it's only compare pre-computed scores, but the evaluation that generates those scores should be throttled to a control cost. So we turned episode 7 baseline JSON into a continuous integration enforcement gate with the threshold.yaml and regression.py. The script compares pre-computing rugged scores against the configurable minimums, exits one on any breach, and supports environment overrides for testing stricter gates or forcing deliberate failures. Our continuous integration pipeline now blocks merges that regress faithfulness, relevancy, precision, or recall below acceptable floors. Next episode, we add security, role-based access control that filters chunks by user permission before the language model ever assumes them. If you found this video helpful, learned something new, or discovered ways to simplify your workflow, boost your productivity, or even save money, please subscribe my channel and hit the like, because it really helps me to grow and keep digging to discover new things and continue creating more content like this. Also, leave a comment below with your thoughts, questions and experiences. My goal is for us to learn, grow and build real AI expertise together, and your feedback is an important part of that. Thanks for watching and see you in the next videos. Laughing, dance all night.